Texas Longhorns 3H Eric Gay, AP Texas quarterback Sam Ehlinger, 11, is stopped by defensive back Chris Brown, 15, during the team's orange-white intra-squad spring game on Saturday, April 21, 2018, in Austin. AP photo, Eric Gay, by Michael Shapiro, college blogger at Blogger The Longhorns made a mini leap in 2017, winning 7 games and securing the program's first bowl win in half a decade. The season wasn't perfect by any means, but a strong finish provided head coach Tom Herman some momentum heading into the offseason. And after adding the nation's No. 3 recruiting class per the 247 Sports Composite, expectations have continued to rise on the 40 acres. So why are the Burnt Orange faithful so confident in their squad? Here are 5 reasons for optimism heading into the 2018 season. Added experience at QB. Texas was unsettled at the quarterback position for much of 2017, toggling between Sam Ehlinger and Shane Buechele as each battled myriad injuries. The pair also had to adjust to a new offense under Herman and offensive coordinator Tim Beck, providing a steep learning curve throughout spring and fall practice. Each found limited success last season, showing flashes of brilliance while battling bouts of inconsistency. But an added year under Herman and Beck should yield success for whomever takes the majority of snaps under center. Texas roster rankings, nose. 10-6, is Lil Jordan Humphrey poised for a breakout season? Buechele and Ehlinger don't lack the talent to succeed in the Big 12. Buechele boasts poise in the pocket entering his junior season, with wonderful touch on the deep ball. As for Ehlinger, there isn't a more physically imposing QB in the conference, a battering ram with a flair for the big moment. The sophomore shined under the bright lights against USC and at the Cotton Bowl against Oklahoma. Neither are perfect passers, but each are a significant improvement for the Longhorns compared to the past decade of inconsistent quarterbacking. Whether Buechele or Ehlinger nabs the starting role, each will be able to confidently lead Texas's offense in the right direction. Growth at wide receiver. Texas was inconsistent at receiver in 2017, with none tallying more than 55 receptions. Herman found himself reshuffling the depth chart each week, desperate to find some spark at the position. But as the year wore on, the Longhorns lacked explosiveness out wide. Texas's success in the passing game will hinge on its receiver production, namely from 2 key players, Collin Johnson and Lil Jordan Humphrey. And if spring practice is any indication, the two are ready to make major leaps in 2018. Johnson, now a junior, flashed greatness in 2017, hauling in 7 catches for nearly 200 yards on opening day against Maryland. But after disappearing in numerous contests late in the season, Herman has noted multiple times during spring practice the need to force-feed Johnson in single coverage. The 6'6" wideout is one of the best contested catch artists in college football and should see more jump balls and red zone opportunities in 2018. Louis DeLuca, staff photographer. File, Texas wide receiver Collin Johnson, 9, runs after a catch during a game against Maryland at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium in Austin on Saturday, Sept. 2017. Louis DeLuca, The Dallas Morning News. As for Humphrey, the South Lake Carroll product dominated the orange-white spring game, hauling in 7 catches for 100 yards. And after scoring twice on the ground in the spring exhibition, it looks as though Herman will employ Humphrey in the run game as well. Humphrey is electric with the ball in his hands and should receive a boatload of touches in 2018. Influx of defensive talent. Speaking of that, No. 3 recruiting class. The Longhorns bring in a wealth of talent on the defensive side of the ball in 2018. In fact, Texas reeled in the top 3 defensive prospects in the state: safeties B.J. Foster and Caden Stearns and cornerback Anthony Cook. 4-star prospects Ayo Deladeo, Demervian Overshone and Keandre Coburn also join the Longhorns defense. The trio of defensive backs will be looked to contribute early and often, replacing now NFL rookies Holton Hill and Dacian Elliott. And their pedigree suggests they will be up to the task, even in their first year with the program. If the young defenders can shine early in the season, Texas may be well on its way to reclaiming its status as DBU. Return of key defensive pieces. While Texas lost Hill, Elliott and Malik Jefferson to the NFL this offseason, the cupboards are far from bare for defensive coordinator Todd Orlando. The Longhorns return starters at all 3 levels of their defense and still have a flurry of potential impact players. In the defensive backfield, senior Chris Boyd will look to continue his growth at cornerback, building on a 2017 in which he allowed receptions on only 43.5% of passes. He allowed a catch on 83% of attempts as a freshman. Texas roster rankings, knows. 5-1, will Breckenhager become the Big 12's best pass rusher? Boyd will have plenty of depth up front, as Texas brings back most of its explosive front 7. Linebacker Breckenhager could emerge as the conference's best edge rusher, while defensive lineman Charles Omenihu returns for his senior season after flirting with the NFL draft. After making big strides under Orlando in 2017, expect another strong season from the Longhorns defense this year. Too many RBs to fail. Longhorns were woeful in the run game last season. No Longhorns back hit more than 400 yards last season, and Texas's leading rusher was actually Ehlinger. Things shouldn't be as dire in 2018. Texas now has 5 potential starting running backs on its roster, and one should break out for a big season. The only question is, who it will be. Sophomore Daniel Young looks to be the leader in the clubhouse following a strong performance in both the Texas Bowl and spring practice. But he'll have plenty of competition. Texas returns Toniel Carter and Kyle Porter from 2017 and will have 2 new additions as well. The returning trio will fight for playing time alongside highly touted freshman Keontae Ingram and California grad transfer Trey Watson. There's no bell cow back on the Longhorns roster right now, but one could very well emerge by opening day at Maryland. And even if Texas opts to go running back by committee again, the results should be better than the abysmal 2017. Twitter, @Mashop2.